We're almost towards the end of the year. I mean, where did 2024 even go? I feel like January was a whole year by itself and we just flew by through the rest. Do you feel the same? No? Is it just me? Anyway, let's talk about something that can make us all feel a little bit better. Summer 2024. We've had some great fights this season, so for today's video, let's take a look at the top 10 best fights of summer 2024. Starting off our list with Suicide Squad Isekai, where the chaotic energy of Suicide Squad is mixed up with the wild, anything goes world of Isekai anime. Let's talk about one of the standout moments of this series, the epic showdown between Harley Quinn and Katana. Katana, with her lethal skills and soul-stealing sword, goes head-to-head with Harley, who's surprisingly pumped up about taking her down. And surprisingly, Harley Quinn actually pushed Katana to retreat. Turns out, Harley Quinn's a pretty good swordsman too, you know? The animation in this fight is nothing short of stunning, a massive upgrade from their initial clash. The entire fight takes place against a stunning backdrop, and you gotta love Harley for her carefree perspective. The fight choreography is where things get really exciting, you know. Harley's unpredictable style shines as she combines acrobatic agility with chaotic, playful sword swings. We absolutely love it. Moving on, we have Oma Tokita from Kengan Ashura, who treats every fight like it's the best day of his life. Oma is a total beast in the ring. He's cool, confident, and always ready to throw down with anyone who crosses his path. He's the ultimate fighter who lives for the thrill of the battle. On the other hand, we have Wakatsuki, the wild tiger of the ring. His body's practically a weapon itself. This dude's strength just defies logic. When the two forces collide, it is painful to watch, literally. From the get-go, it's clear this fighting is going to be explosive. The battle kicks off with Wakatsuki being at an advantage with his superhuman strength and sledgehammer-like fists. I mean, dude just pounded Omar like he's some dough. He leaves our boy in pretty bad shape. But hey, don't underestimate Omar because he has his own special move that leaves Wakatsuki absolutely destroyed. This fight was nothing short of electric, and the choreography was so tight that you could almost feel the vibrations of each hit. It definitely gives you an adrenaline rush. I Parry Everything is a fresh new anime in the world of adventure anime that tells us about the life of Noor, a young and aspiring adventurer. Dude had heard great stories about a few adventurers from his father and decides to become one himself. Why? Well, because he wanted to help others in need. You can guess how pure and kind-hearted this man is now, right? In the very first episode, we get to see Noor in action against a minotaur that even the knights were struggling to deal with. You see, Princess Lin was in big trouble when she found herself in front of that minotaur, and our boy had to do something about that situation. Even though Noor doesn't have impressive strength, he has this one ability that comes in handy multiple times: parry. Yes, he can deflect at least 1,000 swords in one go. So yeah, fighting the Minotaur wasn't exactly a difficult task for him. Thanks to his parry skill, Noor cleverly turns the Minotaur's own weapon against it, decapitating the beast and delivering a dramatic game over for the Minotaur. Imagine waking up one day and you find that you're a forgotten ghost in a world where everyone's blissfully unaware of your existence.
世の負けだ。うるさは貴様にくれてやる。
Our MC, Kai, is invisible, not in the sense of blending into the background, but in the more literal, nobody can see or remember you kind of way. In this rewritten world, one very important person is absent, a hero named Sid. And because of that, the world was ruled over by dragons and demons. But that doesn't stop Kai from wanting to be the next hero, as he can't stand the oppression. In his fight against the Dark Empress Vanessa, what ticked Kai off was that she was underestimating the powers humans held. But wait, Vanessa, the succubus, is also not supposed to be underestimated because she possesses great power, and the glory of it is what we get to see in this very fight scene. Let's travel to the world of I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, another isekai with a very compelling storyline and great animation. Our MC, who used to be a mid-sorcerer in his previous life, meets a dumb death in a duel. But hey, what's a little death when you can come back as royalty, right? Reborn as Lloyd, the seventh prince of the Kingdom of Salem, our hero is now living the dream. Thanks to the knowledge of his previous life, Lloyd can master any magic at will. And when he crosses paths with Gyusame, a twisted sadist who gets his kicks from making others suffer, then things get really interesting really fast. Now this fight isn't only visually appealing but also highly entertaining. It's basically a fight of wits rather than fists. But what really sets this showdown apart is the blend of strategy and spectacle. It will keep you on the edge of your seat as the two characters try to outsmart each other using their brains and their powers. Before I take you through the top 5, can you please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already? Thank you. Moving on, we have Tower of God Season 2. I know. I know this season has its ups and downs, but you know what? Let's keep that aside for now. Balm has leveled up in more ways than one. Remember that quiet, clueless kid we all used to know? Well, yeah, forget about him. All of us who've seen Balm as the weak kid were stunned to see him absolutely destroying the rest of the candidates after revealing his wave-controlling powers. Dude chose the fog life and went from being a simp into a total savage. After all, getting shoved into the abyss and spending 6 years in isolation really changes a guy. I mean, I was halfway there when I isolated myself during COVID-19. Who knows, I probably would have gained some powers too. Anyway, my boy went from playing Teletubbies to thinking he's the next Levi, cleaning up the house like it's full of titans. Next up, we have a young prince whose entire family is wiped out by a power-hungry traitor, leaving him as the sole survivor of his clan. This is what happened to Tokiyuki, who, instead of letting the despair consume him, Tokiyuki decides to flip the script on destiny. His family's betrayal was orchestrated by none other than his uncle, a man whose thirst for power led to the tragic downfall of Tokiyuki's clan. When he came across Tokiyuki after all that chaos, our boy decides to settle scores with him once and for all. While Tokiyuki hasn't become a full-fledged swordsman, he shows some very impressive skills that leave us stunned. Though his uncle is also a very skilled swordsman and not one to be underestimated. But Tokiyuki made sure to cut his head nice and clean to make sure the deaths of his family members didn't go in vain. The animation of this fight scene is just perfect. The fight choreography coupled with all the colors makes for a visual treat. Ah yes, the highly anticipated fight between Deku and Shigaraki. Second! Third! My Hero Academia Season 7 has been going on for a while and things are finally getting interesting when Deku, with his new enhanced powers, steps onto the battlefield against Shigaraki, who's transformed into a nearly unrecognizable monstrous entity at this point. It's the ultimate hero versus villain clash, and it doesn't disappoint. It was refreshing to see Deku back on the battlefield and use his stunning powers. We get to see Deku using Gear Shift for the very first time, and boy oh boy was it glorious. I'm pretty sure all One Piece fans felt something after watching Deku use the shift gear. To be honest, Deku moving his fist to shift gears is such a satisfying way to power up. What I absolutely love about this fight scene is Deku's voice. Yes, Deku's voice actor left no crumbs. In summary, the fight between Deku and Shigaraki is a spectacular display of power and emotion. With thrilling animation, incredible voice acting, and a dramatic clash of ideals, it's a fight that fans will remember and replay over and over again. Overdrive! Detroit Let's talk about the ultimate odd couple in One Piece, Garp and Kuzan. On one hand, you have the no-nonsense grandpa who can still kick your butt and has stories that make you think he might actually be a legend. And on the other hand, you have Kuzan, formerly known as Aokiji, the laid-back, ice-cold former admiral who's got a chill demeanor but a power that can freeze entire seas. You see, Garp was all about convincing Kuzan to become a marine again by hook or crook. And if that wasn't enough, he's also determined to rescue his beloved student Kobe from the clutches of Blackbeard and his dastardly pirates. Garp's got his hands full. That's nothing new for this legendary marine. During this fight, we get to see Garp using his glorious blue hole attack, which is nothing short of epic. I can't even imagine how strong Garp would be in his prime. The fight scene is a visual feast thanks to the jaw-dropping animation, vibrant colours and slick choreography. Let's talk about our protagonist, Will from Wistoria, who has zero magical abilities in a world where magic is everything. Does that remind you of someone else? Yeah, just like Asta from Black Clover, Will's determined to push himself to his limits in order to achieve what he wants. Just that Will isn't as loud as Asta. On the other hand, we have Julius, a guy who's screaming cool without even trying. But you see, the way he treats others who are below him is such a turn-off. So, how does our no-magic hero Will fare against this high and mighty mage? Quite spectacularly, actually, armed with nothing but his trusty sword and an indomitable will. Will takes on Julius and his clones with a ferocity that's nothing short of amazing. The clash is epic, with Will dismantling Julius and his magical duplicates in a jaw-dropping display of skill and sheer determination. The look of shock and horror on Julius's face as he and his clones are obliterated is priceless. And the climactic scene, where Will delivers a crushing punch to Julius, absolutely unforgettable. I mean, people always say your childhood friends know your secrets the best. Guess that truly worked out for Will, since he knew every little detail of Julius's attacks, which was originally created by his childhood bestie, Elfie. Huge props to the animation studio for delivering an absolutely stunning one-shot of Will taking down Julius and his clones. And yeah, that was all for today's video. If you've got some spare time at hand, why not take a look at this video on the top 10 upcoming new fall anime? You know your boy's always ready with some awesome content for you. Alright, see you in the next one.